So I'm talking to you guys about music. It's one of the most abstract forms of expression. It is invasive, but yet beautiful. It follows us everywhere, to the grocery store, in elevators, in our car rides. It's always with us. And we purposely tune into music. We purposely look for iTunes songs. We look for recordings. We go to concerts. We are always looking for ways to hold on to music, to record it, to keep it for ourselves, even though it's this elusive, ethereal experience. And it brings us to a place in a time in our lives. So music can often remind you of an event, your childhood events, your adulthood events, random points in your life as you go along. And it's kind of like a snapshot through sound. So that's what this picture is all about. I want you all to think right now about your favorite genre of music, and then put that into the context of put your favorite artist in the favorite genre of music that you like. And what brought you to that? What brought you to your favorite genre and your favorite artist? Think about it. And then think about that in the context of the 8,000 genres that exist in the world. Crazy, like one genre is your favorite out of 8,000. You probably haven't even heard all 8,000 before. And you probably have maybe 10, 20, 30 maybe that you know out of all the music in the world. But that's okay. Even if you're a music connoisseur, you probably won't ever hear all of the music in the world. You will try to listen to different things, but it's okay. There's hope. As this little girl is showing. And this is why there's hope. You have a choice to diversify your music. We can do that through search engines, through Pandora. Different websites have different ways of typing in your type of music and then seeing other kinds that are related or different from yours. And diversifying your style of music can open you up to different kinds of stories. So each song, each artist has a story, and everyone has something, a different background, a different experience that they bring to that music as well. There are 5 ways in which the stories are told, and I'm going to highlight those through vocal style. So we have rock here, and we have someone who looks like maybe a jazz singer. There's alternative, there's the genres. Any genre that you thought of as your favorite, that's the style that artist chooses to go with for their voice. And there's instrumentation. So whatever instruments an artist chooses evokes a certain mood and puts you in a certain mood. Guitars, drums, whatever instrument seems heavy in that artist that you like, that's the mood that it brings to the table. There are lyrics, which are coming up next. And lyrics express through words what the person is trying to say. Even if it's not about their own particular life, it can be about an experience, or maybe someone else's experience, or just something that they chose to write about. Yeah. And there are things like ad-libs. There's scatting, there's all the extra stuff that comes in songs. If someone decides to talk under track, poetry, whatever the case is, that is the extra glitter on the song. And the context of an artist's life is generally informs all the rest. So sometimes understanding the musician's life helps set a context from which you can hear the music and gives you a perspective of where that person is coming from. For example, the artist named Pecha. She is from Equilateral Guinea, and she was raised in Mallorca, which is a Spanish town. So she sings in Spanish. That was her upbringing. Her music is generally Spanish coplas, which is Spanish poetry, jazz, and soul. Cool, right? But if you know a little bit more about her context, then you'll know that the soul and jazz part didn't come until later when she was kicked out of her school, or her church choir when she was younger, because they said that she sounded like a dog when she was singing. But now she's really famous and on NPR and all this cool stuff, because she sounds great to most people in context. And rock and hip hop are two genres that get a lot of flack for being deviant styles, but in context they make a lot of sense. It's an expression of where these particular people are coming from. J. Cole and J. Electronica are two examples. They're both conscious hip hop artists, and they're both very educated. That's their background. But most of what we hear on the radio is the mainstream, non-educated hip hop music necessarily. And it's for, if you understand the context, then you understand the mainstream. And then you have some people whose context you'll never understand. And that's okay, just go with it. Some people just won't know. You can guess what it says underneath the bleep that I put in. Don't worry if you never get all 8,000 genres under your belt. Diversify your music, and diversifying your music can help you to get a perspective of different people, different cultures, and experiences in life. And enjoy your music. I can keep talking, blah, blah, blah. Say, yay! The end.